Hi guys, Cole Chana here at Strong Hands Gym, back for another training session. Today I have a special guest, my brother Chris. He's going to be working out with us. Today we are doing deadlifts and shoulders. So really honing in on the deadlift movement, going over the mechanics of it, trying to move as best as we can, and challenging ourselves, lifting as much weight as we can. And then after that we'll go into very complex shoulder routine to fire up the shoulders. So to start, we're going to warm up the back. So I'll have Chris come over here and I'm going to walk him through kind of warm up. So Chris is going to grab overhand there, go ahead and pull down. Good. So as Chris is pulling down, Chris does so by first engaging all this here. Breathing in deeply. Good, pulling down. Elbows are coming down to the hips. Good, and he's squeezing the lats. So Chris's grip is really strong. He's focused on making sure that no slippage is occurring as he's pulling down, taking his time, engaging well. Good, go one more. So this is going to serve Chris well as he does the deadlift because he's really getting his back nice and recognized in terms of the movement. He's taking his time to feel for it. So we'll go for another set. Let's go a little more weight. And actually for this one, I'm going to have Chris go underhand. So I'm going to have him come in. It's the same, he's doing the same kind of postural cues. He's pulling those elbows down toward the hips. Good. He stands up his sternum nice and tall here. Good. Beautiful. Take a big breath, big breath. And hold, go. Good. Good. Scapula together. Good. And as Chris pulls back, scapula come together back here. Come over here, yeah. And down. So here's the scapula coming here. He's pulling it back and down. And that's what's going to get those lats to fire. Good. All right, go ahead and stand up. I'm going to do a set real quick. So what I'm focused on as I'm pulling down and up is I am mastering the internal rotation and external rotation torque balance at my shoulder. So I'm gonna go more weight here. We go underhand. Chris, so while I'm doing this, go ahead and like warm up with some rows here, either a straight bar or V bar. And then just row back, locking in the elbows towards the hips. Good. Good. So to optimize this, Chris is trying to stand the spine straight up. Good. So one more. Good. So the whole time as I'm doing that, I'm just thinking about perfecting my posture and maximizing tension. All right, so Chris and I are going to be doing deadlifts today. So let's go ahead and review form.
This is my first time deadlifting.
Yeah. So when was like the last time you deadlifted?
I don't think I've ever deadlifted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I've squatted. But
Okay. Well, let's work on the deadlift. So what you're gonna do, get the bar very close to you. Just keep it as close as you can. So like feet underneath the bar. You're gonna balance these in. This is internal rotation here, and this is external rotation here. So internal is where the shoulder's going in like this.
Gotcha.
External is going back. Okay. So that's going to open up the lats here, widen your back. Yeah, and what you want to do is basically think about protruding your torso up as you open up here. So instead of this, you want to be this. So it's like move your spine how you want it in internal rotation toward position at the shoulders. And then all you got to do is just go down and grab in that position. And then feel as you kind of like bring in external rotation at that shoulder, you should feel your lats engage as you bring your elbows in. And then just kind of wiggle your body into positioning flat here. Grab the bar, just wiggle yourself into position. Feel your hips opened up, feel like you're standing up in your hips. And you want to internal rotate the hips as well. So internal rotating the hips, internal rotating the shoulders, you're going to maximize your body's capacity to stand up. So even though I'm bent down here, it's still thinking about standing up as much as it can before I brace the movement and pull up. So, internal rotation to the hips, I'm standing nice and flat at my feet. Internal rotation and external rotation balance at my shoulder, feeling my lats. And then I take that deep breath through the ribs. Lock. And come right up. Go ahead and give it a try. All right. See yourself close to the bar. Yeah. Out. Good. Now just keep the bar close to you. Pull it in. Pull it in. Yep. The bar just goes up and down. Good. Now the only thing to add, go ahead and go back down. The only thing to add is bring the elbows externally rotated, so elbows in, or shoulders externally rotated, which is elbows in, right before you go up. So you're here, but you want to go.
So internal on the way down.
Internal is just opening you up, and then breathe into that, and then brace and squeeze in before you go up.
Elbows in.
Yep.
Shoulders in.
Brace with that inspired air, and then lock in like the torso, which is like the rib cage region. Yep, exactly. Just squeeze. And think about like Kegling, like stopping yourself from peeing or pooping. Yeah. Think about that, because that's a lot of pressure, right? So then it's like transfer that tightness that you're creating there up here as well as down here. All right. So let that Kegel kind of create the barometer of pressure that you're making for the stiffness in your body. So kind of feel your lats, balance the internal external rotation. Yeah, feel these come in, feel them lengthen as you internally rotate, but take that deep air and go. Good. Good. That's why we did those lat pull downs, is to think of the stiffness that you're creating in your back. So it's almost like create that stiffness in your hips and torso and back. And then just is the balance of the internal rotation torque at the beginning, and then externally rotating it, but keeping the internal rotation still. It's like this side of the hand, the thumb side, is what controls the internal rotation. And then everything like past this way is going to help externally rotate.
Okay. Squeeze your butt. Hips are always tight. Air's tight. Chest out.
So like stand up here. Yep, stand up here into the glutes. Feel all the way flat to the heel. Yep. And then feel this tightness before you go up. Kind of play around with squeezing that in. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath, internally rotate. And then you externally rotate and kind of dip down a bit and then go right up. You want to, yeah, perfect. You're just pushing the feet into the ground. Shit. So Chris is now understanding kind of the basic mechanics of performing a deadlift. So we're going to see how he does here. Good, so he's standing up into his feet. He's internally rotating and externally rotating at the shoulder, kind of finding the balance there to open up the chest, but lats engaged. Good. So take a deep breath and then pull those elbows in toward the hips as hard as you can and pull up. Good. That's gorgeous. Good, go 4 more. Good. 3 more now. Just make it the simple cues of breathing in big and then locking tensely and go. Good. 2 more. So what Chris is doing is he's creating all this tension in the torso. That's the rib cage and hips here. This is staying nice and stiff, and he's just pulling up. Good. He's pulling up with his hands and pushing in with the floor with his feet while keeping all this locked as he pulls up, locked and pressurized. All right, so Chris is going for another set. And what he's doing at the bottom is he is going to stay there just creating tension in his hips, feeling the glutes fire up. So he's thinking of grasping the ground with his feet right now, and then he's thinking of the ankle both dorsiflexing up here at this muscle, as well as plantar flexing here with the calves here. And then he's feeling tension in his quads, his hammies, all the way up to the glute. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Get these engaged. Gotta wiggle. Wiggle and balance. Find better balance here. Yep, there you go. Now take a deep breath and go up. Good. Now for this next one, go ahead and bring the bar towards you. Yep, and this is where you want to launch from. The bar is right by you. About lengthening the spine, then lengthening how far you stand up here. Open the body up, that's the whole point. So internally rotating, and then when you're ready, you take that deep breath, you tense everything up, and you externally rotate here and here as you brace up. So do really emphasize that external rotation on this next one. Good. Let's go one more. What I want you to do is think of the elbows coming directly in toward the hips and like tight. Like really force those elbows towards the hips as much as you can, back and down. And protrude that chest forward. And then just collapse the entire abdominal wall. Like get that to be falling on top of each other. Squeeze this. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Take a deep breath. Next one, rotate the lats and go up. Good. Basically pull the bar in towards you the entire time, because that's what's going to keep the bar locked in toward the body, but encourage all the proper muscles to engage because you're actually pulling in to you. The weight's not going away from you ever. Bring it in, pull it in. Pull it in, and lock up and go. Much better, yes. And as you go down, think of like traveling right across your body. Like intimate as you can. You don't have to be touching the skin, but like be like a millimeter or a centimeter away. Just want to keep it close. Into the rotate, breathe in. And brace and external rotate hips and shoulders. Good. Shit. Good, one more. And kegel right away as you go down. Kegel and bend down. There you go. Kegel and squeeze the abdominal wall. Pressurize. And here we go. Gorgeous. And relax. Beautiful. Shit. So Chris is going for a final set here. Really feel the bones, really feel the scapula come together and down. Good. Kegel on those hips. Bring those hip bones together. Squeeze the toes into the ground. Grasp the ground. Grasp the end of their hands. Good, Chris. And just lock in the back more. Feel the whole back. Feel the whole back. Keep the butt and thighs squeezed. And go. All right, Chris. Gorge. Shit. Let's go for one more. I know you're tired, but one more. Make it a simple one. Just breathe in really big and brace the whole body and go. Gorge. And relax. So, just to kind of reiterate, Chris, I'm not sure, I think he did maybe 6 or 7 sets of that, but he really was taking his time thinking about his movement. It's something that kind of goes undervalued many times, but what we need to do is really ensure that we are moving properly. So take the weight down and feel what you need to feel for. And then once repetitions are really feeling solid and good movement, then it's like go ahead and progressively overload the weight. But as per usual, just ensure good movement is going. Squeeze. Squeeze. There you go. Squeeze. Squeeze. And go. Feel that. Yep. Get the shoulder down. There you go. Shit. It was a lot lighter. It was just the...
Safety first.
Elbows in. Good. So this is, you got his whole torso engaged, elbows toward the hips, and he's just squeezing, bracing, and pushing. Big. Air. There you go. Air. Get those lungs to expand. There you go. Much better. So part of the kind of mechanics that I was instructing Chris to do was to open up the chest cavity here, and so you have ribs underneath the ribs underneath the chest, and that's part of the breathing. Where lungs actually expand into is kind of coming up here. So if you think of that sternum raising, it's going to allow this rib cage to expand even more, thus allowing the lungs to expand maximally, which is going to give you more air that you're breathing in, which is going to make more pressure for you to squeeze your body and prepare it for heavier weight. Do you feel good engagement? Like, are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really conscious about that.
It's like, what are you feeling in terms of like better engagement in the lower limb or even torso?
I'm really focused on my back,
Yeah.
trying to like even out my shoulders. And then when you were trying to make my chest big, but I'm feeling it in my butt cheeks. my big butt cheeks.
So basically what Chris is saying is, for him, what he's been focusing on is getting his torso up. And while this is a lower body emphasis movement, you have to get your torso and upper limb engaged. It has to be part of the movement. You can't just not think about this and press up in the hips, because that stiffness, it plays a role in the whole skeleton, not just the lower limb right now, the whole skeleton. So Chris is thinking about expanding his entire body here, keeping the torso tight, stiff, and then moving the limbs stiffly how he wants them. Chris is even thinking about his head and neck. To extend the spine and nice and compress the torso. Good. Come on, air, Chris, air. There you go. Come on, more air. Good. What Chris is going to do in this last set is he's going to really focus on that Kegling. So Kegling is kind of, it refers to the muscle control of all the muscles that control the pelvic floor. And that pelvic floor is kind of in between the hip bones, the os coxa here. And so, os coxa, yes, that is the anatomical term.
The os coxa.
But what Chris is going to do, go ahead and like film me in the mirror here. Yeah, so what Chris is going to do is he is really going to think about squeezing all of this in. It's like preventing yourself from pain, preventing yourself from pooping. Those two things together. What that's going to do is centralize pressure to come in like this. And then I'm going to want Chris to draw in his stomach wall and match that same pressure that he's creating here, here. So Kegel, transfer it up. That's going to create that optimal stiffness here. And then, same Kegel, transfer it down into the limbs here. I like the prices, or the prices, right? What's the girl and she like touches the screen and gets the numbers, or the letters. I forget her name, I forget the show.
Wheel of Fortune?
Wheel of Fortune,
yeah.
yeah. What's her name?
Vanna White.
Vanna White, yeah.
So you're gonna keep it here. Come together. But yeah, pressure up and down from that Kegel. And that's the level of intense pressure that you want in your torso. Your thighs here. So they all come together, and then breathe from that. And squeeze, and then, yep. There you go. Good. Breathe in now again. And up. Go. 1, 2. Go down more, go down more, go down more. 3. Good. There you go. Good, Chris. 4. Good. Come on. Come on. Pressure. Go up. Yep. Come on. Up. Come on. 2 more. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Beautiful. That's how you do it. Chris is going to be doing a superset. He's doing upright rows, and he's going to do shoulder press with dumbbells after that. So Chris is thinking of that internal rotation here and here at the hips as well. But he wants to lock that in right away with some external rotation, and he's simply going to do the Kegel and the breathing up here. Good. And then he's going to inhale, squeeze, and pull up. Good. And go back down. Beautiful. And go. Good. Start breathing in now. Good. Good. So breathe out halfway down and breathe out the other, and breathe in the other half. There you go. Up. Beautiful. Breathe out halfway down and breathe in. Good. 5 more. So Chris is going nice and controlled, really focusing on controlling it on the way down. Okay, that's where his controlled breathing is really important. He breathes out the first half, breathes in the second half. Good, beautiful. And what that's gonna do is gonna create that equal pressure as he's going through the movement to keep himself nice and stood up. Because if he's just letting air out all the way down, he's already drooping too much before he's going to breathe in. Good. So stay here. Think about internally rotating to stand.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Too much?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going on like 20s or something. I think when I internally rotated on my left shoulder, it just dropped.
Yep.
I think it's just so weak
Right. Well, that's the thing is like there's not enough there, and so you're actually learning how
to lift.
strong you are on that left side. Because you are right-handed, and so like you understand more detail-oriented movement with this side. So what I would do is go all the way up, internally rotate both shoulders,
Internally rotate.
but go all the way up. Go all the way up.
Internally rotate meaning. I'm sorry.
No, shoot up. Good. Now stay up. Now stay up there. Stay up there. Now think about the hips coming in, and rotating it like that. Good. Now as you come down, like brace in that external rotation. So open up, open up, open up, open up, open up.
Oh shit! Damn my shoulders.
Press up. Press up. Good.
Internal.
Good. Internal now. Lock and external. Good. And go down. And go up. Come on. Come on.
Oh.
Good.
Damn
Good.
it.
Relax. 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 So Chris is learning right now, kind of like applying better movement cues in his head to improve technique. It's very hard for him to actually push on this left shoulder because he's figuring out that like the joint openness is not what it could be, like this on the right side.
Try one more time.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead and try one more time.
All right. Internal. Up. Lock and external.
Good.
Oh.
You feel that though, don't you?
Oh.
Good.
Shit.
And relax.
All right.
1, 2, good. 3, Chris is keeping this open. 4, 5, 6, good. 7, beautiful. 3 more. 8, 9, 1 more. Good job, Chris. Good. Keep the focus. Keep the focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Damn it.
You want to finish one? Good. That's it. We'll go one more set.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. So Chris, tell the camp, like people, what is most troublesome for you at the moment doing these two movements together?
What's most troublesome for me is this connection between mind and body, and trying to not knowing how to lift. And then when you're showing me, is that there's a lot that goes into a simple movement in terms of form, and there's a lot of muscles that I've neglected over the years. And so the most difficult part is, I think a lot of those have been worked out today, and they're just super weak.
Yeah.
And I've lived in such a way that I've moved in the same way all the time, and I think a lot of these muscles, they atrophy over time. And so the toughest part for me, it's kind of like learning a different skill and trying to do these the right way. There's a definite learning curve that I'm going through right now, just today.
Yeah.
The most difficult part for me is just making sure I'm doing the correct form.
Yeah. And on this movement specifically, what are you like?
So my shoulder, I got a bad foot and a bad shoulder, and these ones I can totally tell my left shoulder. I haven't engaged a lot of the muscles in the back, my back left shoulder, and we could probably show them at some point. But when I'm opening up, I can tell a lot of the muscles that would be utilized in that certain exercise.
Yeah.
They haven't been utilized for so long.
Yeah, it just feels
It
foreign.
feels like these bones are trying to learn a new language.
Yeah.
Or these muscles, excuse me. And so it's been very difficult. And so I'm like, as you could probably tell, my left side, I'm really struggling more than my right.
Yeah.
I'm struggling altogether, but there's a definite deficiency in my left.
Right.
And so hopefully over the next couple of months, that's what we can correct.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, given Chris's kind of description of what he's doing, what he's saying, while he is able to kind of make it look like he's trying kind of the same amount of effort on both sides when he's lifting up on these upright rows and these presses, he is actually experiencing a lot more weakness on this side. And that's what's actually making the movement most tough, is that side. So Chris is gonna go one more superset, and then we'll go into some more shoulders, and then we'll be done. Good. So Chris has got those lats engaged. He's got the whole back thought of, nice and open.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Beautiful. There you go. Beautiful.
And I wonder if I'm winging on my left side.
It's okay. It's okay. You're learning. It's trying to. One more.
I could probably take my shirt off and show you.
Good.
There's a definite asymmetry going on. Oh. All right. All right, here we go.
Yep. So try and feel for all of this here. You want to open up the chest. You want to open up the shoulders. There you go. Good. It's like this back is a placemat. Yep.
Oh, my left.
So go ahead, come over here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Try like 3 more. Gather your breath and try 3 more. I'm just gonna have the cameraman come over here. Just get like the shot here. Watch as he struggles. And don't break form. Don't break form. Come on. Don't break form. Push. Push. Good.
Fuck.
All right. So we're gonna go a couple more exercises and then we'll call it a day.
Squeeze the Kegel in.
Kegel, make that pressure. Take a deep breath. And lock. Go up. Good. So yeah, I can see how this one is struggling. Good. And think about these sternocleidomastoids here coming up. Keep this nice and high. With yourself. With yourself. Yep. Kind of resist against my push. Resist. Resist. With your head. Resist. Come on. There you go. You can find another level of stability. Good. 2 more. You can stabilize harder. Good. Stabilize harder. There you go. 1 more. Stabilize harder. Come on. Here you are. Good.
Gotta push some of my.
Yep, just think of your whole body. Think of your whole body, kind of wiggle in a better position while you're doing it. And go ahead and breathe in and pressurize. Go. Good. Now speed up the rep a little bit and go. Good. Squeeze. And resist against my push. Yep, there you go. Grab the floor with your feet. Stand up tall, proudly. You're Chris Channa. Yeah. Fucking yeah. Good job. All right. Fuck. Just like. Good. So a great way to really feel for movement is just to slow it down. So that's what Chris is doing right now with it. He's really focused on trying to keep his scapula essentially nice and balanced in position and placement the entire time. Good. This is actually pretty even, Chris.
Super focused.
Yep.
Oh.
Good. How about try one more? Gather your breath. Beautiful. All the way. Come on. Squeeze abs, big chest. Good. Yep. Oh, now internally rotate and keep pressing in. There you go. That's gorgeous. All right. So now this part comes straight for like your nose and chin area.
The middle part.
Yep.
Elbows in.
Yep.
Internally rotate the shoulders.
Just pull. Don't think too hard right now. So, elbows are going to come up. Yep. Stand this up here. Good. You're trying to pull into all of this. Good. Yep, it's essentially like you want to try and go over my knee. Good. Good.
Oh shit.
Good. We'll keep it there. All right, so now on this one, what I want you to do is do 5 pause reps. 5 pause reps, and then 5 just like regular reps that you're doing. So pause would be this. Coming in.
Pause.
And take a breath here too. Take a breath and feel this open up, and then go back. Breathe out, like feel all this collapse. Good. Good, now breathe in, lock it, and go. Pause, and back. Good, speed up a little bit, and pause, and back. Bring this as close as you can here. There you go. And 2 more. Good. Keep these lats engaged. Right. There you go. Gorgeous. Now 5 fast. Go. 1. Good. 4 more. 2. 3 more. Yep. 2 more. Last one and hold it. Hold it. Big back. Good. Squeeze his lats. Yep. There you go. Hug him. with your ribs, hug with the lats. 1, 2, good. 3, good, come on baby, come on. 4, 5, and go. 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. Good job, Chris. All right, and that concludes today's workout. So initially I was going to join in the workout, but it kind of made sense to go more, or be more educational on the deadlifts today with Chris, as well as just go ahead and continue with working out with him. So comment, like, subscribe. If you guys do have any questions or want to engage, I would love to communicate with you guys. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.